When it comes to saving money, the truth is that people approach it very differently depending on where they live. Culture, government policies, and even daily lifestyle choices shape how people decide to protect their hard-earned cash. In the United States, for example, the conversation almost always revolves around retirement accounts, side hustles, and real estate. In India, it's a very different picture. Saving is built into the culture, and people lean on gold, family savings, and fixed deposits to secure their future. Meanwhile, in Canada, the system is structured with government-backed accounts and a more balanced mix of long-term investments. But here's the interesting part. No matter which country you look at, one thing is always the same. Saving money isn't just about the tools you use. It's about the mindset. It's about discipline, consistency, and the willingness to delay gratification for something bigger later. And while each of these countries has its own way of doing it, the principles you can learn from them are universal. In this talk, we'll explore exactly how people in the USA, India, and Canada actually save money and what lessons you can take from each approach to build your own financial future. In the United States, saving money often comes down to a combination of structured financial tools and creative ways of generating extra income. For many Americans, one of the first steps they take is through employer-sponsored retirement plans such as the 401 investment. These accounts allow people to invest pre-tax income, often with the added benefit of employer matching. That means if someone contributes a percentage of their paycheck, their employer will often contribute the same or a portion of it, essentially giving them free money to grow their retirement savings. On top of that, there are IRAs, individual retirement accounts, that provide tax advantages while giving people more control over their investment options. These are considered the backbone of retirement savings for a large portion of the population. And the earlier someone starts, the more compound growth works in their favor. But retirement accounts alone don't always feel like enough, especially with rising living costs. This is why real estate has become another major way Americans build wealth and save for the long term. Many see homeownership not just as a place to live, but as an investment strategy. Owning property means building equity over time, which can later be tapped into or sold for a profit. Rental properties are also popular, allowing people to generate passive income while the property itself appreciates. Of course, and this requires upfront capital and carries risks. But the idea of using real estate as both an income source and savings tool is deeply rooted in American culture. At the same time, side hustles have grown into a massive part of how people save more aggressively. With the rise of digital platforms, it's easier than ever to pick up freelance work, start an online store, drive for ride-sharing companies, or even monetize hobbies. For many, these extra income streams aren't just for paying bills, they're funneled directly into savings accounts, investment portfolios, or used to pay down debt faster. This hustle culture is particularly strong in the US, where financial independence and entrepreneurship are highly valued. It reflects a mindset of not just relying on one paycheck, but creating multiple sources of income to strengthen financial security. Another common tool is the high-yield savings account. Investment. While traditional savings accounts at banks often provide minimal interest, online banks have created accounts that offer significantly higher returns. Americans who are financially savvy tend to use these accounts as a safe place to park emergency funds, earning interest while keeping money accessible. Emergency funds themselves are a cornerstone of financial planning, with most aiming to save at least 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. This level of preparation allows them to avoid high-interest debt when unexpected costs arise, such as medical bills or car repairs. Debt management also plays a huge role in how Americans save. Credit card debt in particular can be a massive obstacle because of high interest rates. So many prioritize paying this off as quickly as possible before focusing on larger investments. Strategies like the debt snowball or avalanche method are widely used to eliminate debt efficiently. By clearing liabilities, individuals free up more income to redirect toward retirement accounts, real estate, or investing in the stock market. Speaking of the stock market, investing outside of retirement accounts is another way Americans save. Many turn to index funds and ETFs for long-term growth. These provide diversification and stability while offering better returns than letting money sit in a low-interest savings account. Dollar cost averaging, where people invest a fixed amount regularly regardless of market conditions, is a popular method to build wealth gradually without the stress of trying to time the market. Altogether, saving money in the US is less about one single strategy and more about combining multiple approaches. It's about using tax-advantaged accounts to secure retirement, leveraging real estate for equity and income, exploring side hustles for additional savings, building emergency funds for stability, managing debt efficiently, and investing consistently in the stock market. The diversity of these methods shows that in America, saving isn't passive, it's an active, ongoing process that requires planning, creativity, and discipline. In India, the way people save money is shaped heavily by culture, tradition, and a deep sense of financial discipline that passes from one generation to the next. Unlike in the United States, where the focus is often on stock markets and retirement accounts, investment, Indians place immense value on tangible and secure forms of saving. One of the most common ways is through gold. For centuries, gold has been more than just a luxury item in India. It has been considered a symbol of wealth, security, and stability. Families purchase gold jewelry not only for cultural and ceremonial reasons, but also as a store of value. In times of crisis, gold can be sold or pledged as collateral, making it both a financial and emotional safeguard. This attachment to gold reflects a mindset of protecting wealth in a form that feels safe and enduring. Another major savings vehicle is the fixed deposit. Banks in India have long offered fixed deposits as a guaranteed way to earn interest on savings. People lock in their money for a set period, knowing that at the end they will receive their principal amount with additional interest. While the returns may not be as high as equity investments, the sense of security and predictability makes fixed deposits extremely popular, especially among older generations. This approach highlights the Indian preference for stability over risk, where preserving wealth is often considered more important than aggressively growing it. Family also plays a central role in financial habits. In Indian households, saving is often a collective effort rather than an individual task. It is common for multiple generations to live under the same roof, pooling resources and sharing expenses. This system naturally encourages saving because costs are divided and unnecessary expenditures are minimized. Moreover, parents often prioritize saving for their children's education and future marriages, making long-term financial planning a family-wide responsibility. This sense of duty ensures that money is managed carefully, with an eye toward both immediate needs and future obligations. While traditional methods dominate, modern tools are also gaining traction. Many Indians now invest in mutual funds through systematic investment plans, known as SIPs. These plans allow individuals to invest small amounts consistently, creating a disciplined approach to entering the stock market without needing large upfront capital. Although riskier than fixed deposits, SIPs are increasingly popular among younger generations who are more open to higher returns over time. The government also supports savings with schemes like the Public Provident Fund, National Savings Certificates, and Employee Provident Fund, all of which encourage disciplined, long-term saving. Another interesting aspect of Indian saving culture is the emphasis on avoiding unnecessary debt. Unlike in some Western countries where credit card usage is high, many Indians prefer to live within their means and avoid borrowing unless absolutely necessary. Credit cards are used more conservatively, and personal loans are often seen as a last resort. This cautious approach helps people focus more on accumulating assets rather than juggling liabilities. Overall, the Indian way of saving reflects a combination of tradition and modern adaptation. Gold and fixed deposits remain staples, investment, while mutual funds and government schemes represent the growing willingness to embrace structured financial products. Family support systems reduce financial pressure and encourage shared responsibility, while the cultural value placed on frugality ensures that money is not wasted on unnecessary luxuries. This mindset of discipline and security, driven choices creates a strong foundation for financial resilience, proving that in India, saving is not just about money. It is about values, stability, and preparing for the future with patience and care. In Canada, saving money is often approached with a balance between security and growth, and combining government-supported programs with personal financial discipline. Canadians benefit from a financial system that provides structured tools specifically designed to encourage saving, and two of the most popular options are the RRSP and the TFSA. The Registered Retirement Savings Plan, or RRSP, allows people to contribute pre-tax income toward retirement, lowering their taxable income in the process. Over time, the investments inside an RRSP can grow tax-deferred until withdrawal. This is especially beneficial for those in higher income brackets, as it provides immediate tax relief while securing future financial stability. On the other hand, the tax-free savings account, or TFSA, is equally powerful but works differently. Contributions to a TFSA are made with after-tax money, but the growth inside is completely tax-free, and withdrawals can be made without penalty. This flexibility makes the TFSA attractive for both short-term and long-term goals, from building an emergency fund to investing in stocks, or ETFs. Together, these two accounts form the backbone of Canadian saving strategies, to giving people multiple ways to protect and grow their money depending on their circumstances. Real estate also plays a significant role in Canadian saving culture. Homeownership is viewed not only as a milestone, but as one of the most reliable ways to build wealth over time. Property values in many Canadian cities have risen dramatically, turning real estate into both a shelter and an investment. For many Canadians, paying down a mortgage is considered a disciplined form of saving, as every payment builds equity that can eventually be tapped into or used for future opportunities. While high housing costs can make entry difficult, those who manage to purchase property often view it as their largest and most valuable asset. Beyond primary residences, some also invest in rental properties, creating passive income streams while benefiting from long-term appreciation. Investing in the stock market is another avenue where Canadians save for the future. Many prefer broad-based index funds and ETFs, which provide diversification and steady growth without requiring constant attention. Dollar cost averaging, where a fixed amount is invested regularly regardless of market fluctuations, is widely practiced and aligns with the Canadian preference for stability. Dividends are also appealing, especially because Canada offers favorable tax treatment on certain types of dividend income, making it a reliable way to generate passive returns. Mutual funds are still common, and although younger generations are increasingly drawn to low-cost online brokerage platforms that offer more control and lower fees, government programs further reinforce the culture of saving. For example, the Canada Pension Plan provides retirement benefits, but most Canadians recognize that it is not enough on its own, so personal savings through RRSPs, TFSAs, and investments are seen as essential. Investment education savings are also encouraged through the Registered Education Savings Plan, or ESP, which allows parents to set aside money for their children's education with the added benefit of government grants. These programs show how the Canadian system blends individual responsibility with institutional support, creating multiple incentives to plan ahead. Culturally, Canadians tend to adopt a cautious and measured approach to money. Credit card usage is widespread, but many prioritize paying off balances quickly to avoid interest. Emergency funds are emphasized, often kept in high-interest savings accounts that provide safety and liquidity. Unlike in some countries where aggressive risk taking dominates, Canadians value balance, a portion of money kept safe, another portion allocated for growth, and long-term plans tied to retirement and family needs. This balance ensures that saving is not just about wealth accumulation, but also about maintaining peace of mind. Altogether, the Canadian approach combines structured government-backed accounts, real estate investment, stock market participation, and careful debt management. It reflects a culture that prizes stability, discipline, and long-term thinking while still embracing opportunities for growth. By leveraging these tools, Canadians create a financial system that is resilient, diversified, and adaptable to both short-term needs and future goals, no matter where you live. Investment. The real secret to saving money does not lie in the specific accounts or financial products that are available, but in the mindset you bring to managing your money. People in the United States might rely on retirement accounts and real estate. In India, the focus may be on gold and fixed deposits, and in Canada, it could be government-backed savings plans, but the underlying principle that drives success in all of these places is discipline. Without consistency and a long-term vision, even the best financial tools won't deliver meaningful results. The willingness to delay gratification, to put off spending on something today so that you can have more security tomorrow, is the one habit that ties together savers from every country. Discipline in saving comes from creating habits that feel automatic, whether it is setting up automatic transfers into a retirement account in the United States, committing to a systematic investment plan in India, or scheduling contributions to a TFSA in Canada. The key is that money is consistently put aside before it can be spent. This habit takes away the need for constant decision making and reduces the temptation to spend impulsively. Over time, small and steady contributions accumulate into large amounts because of compound growth, and proving that the most important decision is not what tool you use, but whether you can stay committed to it. Another part of the mindset is viewing money as a tool for freedom rather than as a way to fuel constant consumption. People who save effectively understand that financial independence means having choices, whether that is retiring early, starting a business, traveling, or simply living without stress. When saving is connected to a meaningful purpose, investment, it becomes easier to resist short-term temptations. In contrast, those who see money only as a way to satisfy immediate desires often find themselves struggling, no matter how advanced the financial products in their country might be. Investment patience also plays a huge role. In every country, the people who succeed at saving understand that results don't come overnight. Compound interest takes years to show its true power. Property values increase over decades, not months. Gold or stock investments can fluctuate in the short term, but reward those who stay the course. This mindset of patience is what separates those who build wealth from those who give up too early. By focusing on long-term outcomes rather than short-term volatility, savers protect themselves from panic and poor decision-making. Frugality is another universal lesson. Whether it is families in India avoiding unnecessary debt, Canadians balancing spending with structured savings, or Americans using side hustles to boost their income, the principle of living below your means is the same. Frugality does not mean deprivation. It means aligning spending with priorities and cutting out waste. It's about asking whether every purchase contributes to your goals or simply provides momentary satisfaction. Finally, resilience is at the heart of saving. Life will always throw unexpected challenges, job losses, medical emergencies, economic downturns. The people who have cultivated the mindset of saving are better equipped to handle these shocks because they planned for them in advance. They set aside emergency funds, avoid over-leveraging themselves with debt, and maintain flexibility in their financial plans. This resilience provides confidence and peace of mind, which is ultimately the greatest reward of saving. So while the strategies may differ across countries, the core lesson is universal savings grow not just through accounts, investments, or property, but through discipline, patience, frugality, and resilience. The mindset you carry is the real foundation of financial security,